What is up, y'all? This is Death Killer X11 bringing you 11 tips and things you should know how to be successful in Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. Now, before we begin, this is a mild spoiler alert. I won't reveal anything too exciting, but you will see some things. So let's get started. The first thing you should definitely do is import your Mass Effect 1 character. Now, there is a lot of speculation against Mass Effect 1, how its gameplay is. They did obviously remaster it, but it is still a little, but it's still good fun to play. And the main thing is you want to import that character into Mass Effect 2. Some of the main things is, for instance, you see at the bottom of my credits, I'm over 1 million already. That is a bonus from importing your character. That is just about enough credits to cover absolutely everything in Mass Effect 2. What little else you would need, you would naturally get throughout regular gameplay of Mass Effect 2. So that 1 million credits covers all your expenses. The 9,000 resources you get that covers over, for the first 3 resources, it's not that much. That 9,000 is pretty much nothing for you. It will allow you to get an upgrade as soon as you get it. The 9,000 element 0 is a good little bit. Either way, it's still a little simple bonus. Now, if you made it to level 25 or higher, or level 50 or higher if you're playing classic mode, you will automatically get level 4. If you get max level, you get level 5 as soon as you start playing 2. It's not a substantial amount, but that's a good little jump. What this does is allows you to go ahead and start using some of your abilities. Now, if you're playing on Insanity like I am throughout the entire game, using your abilities is paramount. It's very important. Alright, you will get your abilities automatically unlocked, and you will get 6 squad points to use on how you like. I've already incorporated them, so you can see I don't have any more points to spend. But it is very good to have, and it helps out tremendously. Now, if you look over here at your charisma bars, your Paragon and Renegade, I'm already halfway through the first segment. That is a good little boost to have, especially at the beginning of the game. Again, this is from importing your Mass Effect 1 character. So it's highly recommended that you do so. Now, while we are here at the beginning of the game, this is right after you talk to Wilson, there is an infinite charisma glitch where you can get infinite Paragon, infinite Renegade. I do not recommend doing this just due to the fact of how long it takes for how much you get. You can only get 4 points max, either 4 Renegade, 4 Paragon, or 2 of each. It is a very little amount. It takes a very long time. It is not worth it. That's a really quick clip on how to do it, but yet again, I do not recommend it. You definitely get enough points throughout the game to max out both your Paragon and Renegade. Unless you just play completely strictly nice or strictly mean. Okay. So that is the beginning part. Let's see here. Let me go to this one. Now, what I'm about to show you is this is completing a mission. Completing a mission will give you a mission summary. When you get the mission summary, that is how you progress throughout the game. That is the time bracket right there. Doing missions that give you a summary is the only way to progress time throughout the game. So that way, as you do 2 or 3 side missions, 1 main mission, that will unlock new conversations with certain characters. Sometimes you've completely talked to them as much as you can, and you'll have to do a main mission or to unlock their next phase. But anyway, the only way to progress through time is have a mission summary. Now, the next part I'm talking about is resources. This will be the 4th tip. Let her load back in. Each time you go to a new area, you'll have a chance to probe more planets. What I recommend is only probing the planets where you're in a mission area. I've already got all these planets right here because I had a mission in this area, which I just left and showed you. Alright, as you can see, the nebula or the area to the left, I have not touched whatsoever because I don't have a mission there. I do have a mission here, I just haven't done anything yet. So before or after you do this mission, then I would then recommend start scanning your planets. Alright, a good peak is you want 5 or higher. That gives you the most. 1 5 or higher is like equivalent to like 6 or 7, like 3 or below. Honestly, if you're not peeking out, it's not really worth it. If you do this, just probe the planets in the mission areas, you will accumulate enough resources to completely cover all your expenses for all your upgrades.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
About the time I got to this point in the game, I've had more than enough resources. I always have enough. As you can see, the requirements I need, I'm a whole nother digit beyond of what the requirements are. So by the time I upgrade and am able to upgrade these, I'll have plenty of resources. Now, you need about 25k to 30k for your palladium, iridium, and platinum. I'm not sure on a specific number, but you need that amount to upgrade everything you can possibly upgrade. And for your element 0, it's about 30k to upgrade everything. Once you get to that point, you can upgrade everything. What I did, you don't see it right now, but you will eventually, is I have probed all the planets to completely depletion status. You don't have to do it. Getting it down to moderate is enough, because once you hit to the moderate level, there's only 2 or 3 more spikes in that world that's even worth getting. When I say spike, it's going to be 5 or higher. Like that right there, that would be a spike. So let's see, get a small one. Let's say it's only going about right there-ish. That would not really be worth getting. You can if you want to, but again, it's going to give you maybe 1,000 for that. And that's under the 5. Let's see. Yeah, just about 1,000. So let's find a real spike. There we go.
Launching probe.
It should be about 3 or 4. Yep, that was about 3,000. So it's very, make sure you have those spikes. Once it gets down below good, which is moderate, at that point, it's no longer that great. So I would, if you don't really care about it, just get it down to moderate and just be done with it. Some planets, you'll keep hitting spikes, rich, then it'll just be depleted. Sometimes it just takes forever, but either way, that's the way you gotta do it. Alright, number 5. Let me get to it. I recommend, as soon as you get to Ilium, go find Liara. Do her little missions first, then give her the Cerberus item. Sorry about that, little technical difficulty. Let's try again. Alright. So, once you get to Ilium, talk to Liara, do her missions, then give her the Cerberus item to help her locate where Cerberus actually is. What that will do is unlock the Shadow Broker DLC, and eventually you'll complete it and you'll get to this point. The reason why I recommended doing it as soon as you can is you'll have these little side missions, like little investment opportunities, what they're called. It's a good way to generate a little bit extra credits. You definitely don't need it if you imported like it was suggested, but it does come in handy. If you give her the Cerberus item before you do her missions, you will lose out on that XP. It's not much, but you will lose it. Alright, the main thing right here is this right here, a delivery pickup. After every time you have a mission summary, from completing a mission, you can come back here and you can collect stuff. The 2,500 platinum isn't that much, but assault rifle damage, that is a good find. You come back here. Sometimes it's I think I got what was it? It was like 100k palladium from receiving one of these shipments. That's quite a bit of resources for that specific category. So this is why I recommend coming to do this, is mainly because those shipments, they come in handy quite substantially. You also have the option over here to reset your character's ability points, so you can redistribute them how you need to. Alright, let's see here. Alright, number 6. We get to it. Alright, to get the max level in this game, which is 30, you have to do about 97% of all anomalies and all the missions. There is quite a few to do, but you have to do almost all of them to get it. At this point of the game, I finally did get to level 30. I think I got to level 30. I did 2 more anomaly missions after that. So I was cutting it real close. I have everything completed. As you can see, there is a good little bit. And we have all these ones. Alright, the only missions I now have left at this point in the game is the main mission, collecting the Reaper IFF, Tali's loyalty mission, Legion's loyalty mission, and then the final mission itself. So you can miss several anomalies and still hit max level. These missions only give you 125 XP. Your main missions give you 1,000, and your collectors, your loyalties, give you 750. So you can miss a few, and you'll be absolutely fine. But it is recommended to go ahead and do as many as you can. Not can't. All right. So as you can see throughout my save often. A lot of things happen in this game. You may make a wrong decision you don't like, or the outcome is different than you like. So as long as you save often, you can go back and forth as much as you want to and try and figure out how you want to do it. I have reverted to save quite a few times. If you don't really care, you're just, whatever happens, hey, don't worry about it. But I do recommend always saving. You never know what happens. So let's load. Alright, tip number 8. So I always play on Insanity. I just like the difficulty, and for me it makes it a little bit more fun. It's challenging. Some parts are harder than others. I want to break my controller. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, characters with certain abilities is very paramount. I say that for this. You have right here, instance, Miranda. She has the ability Overload. Very effective against shields and synthetic enemies. May completely mess them up, especially when you rank it all the way. It is very good to have abilities that are good against specific things. And then you have Warp. It's good against armor and biotic barriers. Barriers are not as common, but they are a pain in the butt. Just because you got to have certain abilities yet again to help it get going. Then you have Morden. His main ability I like is Incinerate. Very good against armor, and it decimates health. Which it doesn't decimate. It stops you from regenerating. When you fight Vorcha, they heal pretty quickly. So do a few Krogans. So this is really good to have. It makes them not be able to recover. And it's very good to have. Let's see. Switch them out real quick. Alright, then you have abilities specifically for synthetic type of enemies, namely the Geth and a few mechs that you have to deal with. But you have Tali and Legion. You won't get Legion until literally like very last companion you'll get. The 2 missions you can do with him. Anyways, but you do get Tali, very good. You can hack opponents, make them work for you. It's very good to have. These are specifically targeted for synthetic enemies. The main enemies you're going to have throughout this game is you're going to have the Blue Suns, which are mainly shield-oriented enemies, and a few of the robot mechs. The mechs have armor, but the distributor ammo is still very good against them because they are mechs. So you don't have to switch back and forth from the Inferno ammo. Well, if you're playing a soldier, you don't have to switch back. It's really good. Now, you have the Blood Pack, which is mainly Krogans and Vorcha. They are all armor. So anything dealing with Inferno, Incinerate, or any kind of burning tactic is what you want to use against them. Then you have your Geth, which are all shields, and they are all mechs. So if you know you're going to go up against some Geth, having someone like this is really good in your party. And they can take him over. It's very beneficial. And then you have a few Eclipse. Eclipse are most of the shields. I think they do have... What are they? I think they're all people. So I think it's all shields. Then you have Collectors. Collectors are all armor. So anytime you're going to go up against some Collectors, make sure you have, some of your squad mates, make sure they are armor-used abilities. So Mortar, for instance, if you have the Legendary Edition, you have this automatically. Its Heavy Infernal Grenade is actually really good against any kind of armor abilities. Let's see here. Yep, Garrus has the Armor Piercing ammo, which is good. That's about it. Yeah, for armor-wise at least. So if you have a mix, it's always good to have them. Now, barriers are present throughout all types of enemies. It's only like one or two throughout a pack of enemies they'll have a barrier. The only time the Collectors have it is when Sovereign takes over one of the bodies and gives them the barrier and armor. Concussion shot, if you have it, is actually pretty decent against barriers. It doesn't say it in the description, but it really is. Alright. Let's go to the next one. Alright, tip number 9. Collecting the Reaper IFF is truly the point of no return. You can do as many missions as you want after this, but the catch is, if you don't immediately go save your crew, they will start dying in the Collector's base. Well, I say that. After one mission, you'll get a cutscene, and you'll see the Collectors come to your base and kidnap everyone. Alright, at that point, the game asks you if you want to go ahead and go save them, or you want to keep doing what you want to do. You can keep doing what you want to do, but people will start dying.
You've received a new message at your private
So at this point in the game, the last thing you need to do is Legion's loyalty mission. After you get the IFF, you have the option of giving the Geth to either Cerberus or keeping it for yourself. I'd recommend keeping it for yourself. He becomes your squad mate, and you can go down to him and talk to him. Immediately on talking to him, you go through a whole cutscene, talk to him again, and unlocks his loyalty mission. Once you do his loyalty mission, you'll complete it, you'll get a cutscene, you'll come back to the ship. Next time you travel from the ship, you'll get a cutscene. That's where everyone gets kidnapped. At that point, you can online it says you have one more mission you can do before people start dying. I've just never taken that risk. I just have everything done completed beforehand, and that way I just know for sure, because I'm trying to make sure no one dies. Supposedly everyone recommends is saving Tally's loyalty mission, doing Legion's first, then go do Tally's loyalty mission. So that way, having the Geth in your party, it creates some very funny and nice dialogue throughout that mission. I can do that separately if you need me to. Just let me know down in the comments if that's something you might want to look at. So I'll do a recording of that. I do have separate saves. I can definitely go back. Alrighty, number 10. And the 10 save. Oh, wait, too far. I went to the wrong thing. There we go. All right, this is tip number 9. As I was saying before, right before your IFF, I would recommend having all your upgrades done and that all your characters are already loyal. Because at this point, like I said, you can only have 1, maybe 2 more missions before people start dying of your crew. As you see here, if you look at the status, everyone's loyal. And look at the bottom of their character, you have a little red ring. That means they're also loyal. That's what you want to see. As you go through to the final suicide mission, if they are not loyal, they have a very high chance of dying. That's what we're trying to avoid. Also, like I said, recommend all your upgrades have been purchased and are up and go. These are always will be here, so don't worry about it. It just allows you to train something special or redistribute your points. You can do it as many times as you want. They will always stay here, so just ignore that. Now, some of the key things is talking to your characters.
Shepard, how can I
You
help?
talk to them, you investigate them, and there'll be an option where it says Normandy. You need to click that, and they'll give an option to potentially upgrade themselves or upgrade something for this ship. You have to have all the ship upgrades, or folks will just start dying when you go throughout the final part of the game. They will appear up in the ship enhancement category. Let's see here. Like Garrus, for instance, he gives your ship upgraded weapons. Very important. Have to have it. Otherwise, folks start dying. I believe Samara gives the option to upgrade the armor. And Tally, I believe her is shields. Don't quote me on that. I forgot. As soon as I unlocked, their upgrade, I immediately did it. I don't really remember, but they talk to all your squad mates will have some kind of upgrade. I know, for instance, Morden, his upgrade gives him a special Omni tool, makes him a little bit more effective. Legion, for instance, gives him his own customizable sniper rifle. Just stuff like that. These little perks help people out. Jack has her own bionic chip, makes her bionics more powerful. So not all of them really are necessary for the ship. For instance, Thane, he allows you to give you 60 probes instead of your 30. Oh, I remember, Samara gives you more fuel. I don't remember what other people do. I forgot. Anyways, just upgrade them all. Better safe than sorry, especially if it pertains to the ship. That's how you keep people alive. And also, there is several crew members you can talk to where they want specific items throughout the game. For these items, you can go to certain areas and just buy them through little marketplaces, little shops that you can get throughout the game. The only one I believe is actually necessary for survival is these engineers right here, where they're gone because they got kidnapped. This is after the kidnap scene. Or to the engineers right here. There's a female and there's a male. I forgot their names. They're like Scottish or something. They need some what's it called? Some kind of couplings for the engine. It makes it better. I can't find it. There we go. Yep, FBA couplings. That's the only mission that's really you really need to do. That's part of the crew, not your squad mates. Let's see here. Where do you buy that? You buy that when you're on Omega and you're at one of the shops on Omega. That's where you get that. And then all the other grades. Alrighty. That is pretty much everything up to the final mission. Like I said before, right before you get the Reaper IFF, if you want to do everything 100%, I recommend doing it then. I have done everything 100%. I'll show you my galaxy map real quick. I've probed every planet to depletion. I've done everything you can do. I've completed all anomalous missions, everything. Alrighty, you can see every nebula you go to, for me, is 100%. I have scanned every planet, probed every planet, including Uranus. Get it? That's one of our planets. Yep, all 100. Now, if you did it like I do, or did, you will have that many resources at the bottom. For palladium and iridium, over 1 million resources. Way more than you absolutely need for the game. Platinum right there at 900,000, and element 0, 188k. That is way more than you ever possibly need. In order to carry over for all your upgrades, like I said previously, you don't need that much. I went way far and beyond. I mean, there's absolutely nothing I don't need anything else for. Alrighty, and number 11. Now this is, for me, is in game. I've already completed the suicide mission, and as I'm about to show you, everyone is still alive. Now this mission can be somewhat tricky, so I will show you things you need to know to make sure everyone stays alive. Alrighty, as you see, everyone is still alive. And everyone is loyal like it was previous to doing the suicide mission. Now, at the very beginning, when you're about to do this mission, Miranda brings up we should probably split into 2 teams and they need someone to lead them. Now, you can pick who you want, and realistically, but in order, if you want everyone to survive, there is certain party members you have to pick that are good at leading. I personally pick Garrus because he's just a motherfucking badass, alright? He's good at his leadership, he knows what he's doing, and that's why I picked him. Every time I've ever done the suicide mission, he's always made it through, he's always survived, and so has everyone else. So anytime your team is splitting up and they need a fire team leader, I always pick Garrus. He always gets the job done. Now, another one, you have to select a tech expert in order to go through the tunnels and unlock the little firewalls and take down their security. I believe your tech experts are Legion, Tally, and I believe Zane. Or, I said Zane, what the fuck is Zane? Thane. He doesn't have any tech abilities, but he is tech savvy. But I always pick Tally. Tally is, everything about her is tech related, just like Legion. But I always pick her. I like her. She's always survived. She gets it done. That's who I like picking. It's always worked out for me. Now, you'll come to a certain point where you get to and save your crew from the Normandy. Not your squad mates, but the rest of your crew. And then you can pick someone to escort them back to the ship. Now, this is where your choices really, really matters. Certain characters have a defense rating of 1. If they're not loyal, it's 0. They're pretty much guaranteed to die. The ones that have a 1 are Tally, Morden, Jack, and Consumi. You need to pick one of these ones to go escort them back. I would recommend picking Consumi. For some reason you didn't like her, for any reason you don't have her in your squad, whatever the case may be, whatever. If you don't have her, then I would pick Tally to go back with them as a replacement. Ensuring this, you get one of your, not necessarily the weakest, but most defenseless characters, so that ups your overall chance for everyone to survive. I have picked Zahid to escort him back, and everyone survived. He has one of the highest defense ratings, so it is possible, but there was a couple times someone did die, I had to restart. But it is possible to pick someone else. Now, the next part of your suicide mission, you have to pick a biotic character to generate a force field over you as you walk through an area. Your choices would be Samara, Miranda, Jacob, and Jack. Despite how powerful Jack is, Samara is actually the most powerful biotic of your squad mates. She's just a car. She's been doing this shit 5, 7, 6, 800 something years. She is a beast. And she's a wonderful looking MILF. Alright. Of course you want to have her. Anyways, I've always picked her. She's always gotten me through. She has always made it. So yet again, I recommend her to escort you around. Now, the very last part you have to divide one more time. One team will hold the door while you and 2 other squad mates will go on to fight the final part of the suicide mission. Now, you need to pick 2 of the remaining 3, if you pick the right ones, with the least defense to go with you. I do recommend picking Jack and Morden. Especially Morden, because again, these are all collectors, so his incinerate ability is very useful. I always pick Morden because of that incinerate. It does what it needs to do, and he's actually a fucking badass. Alright. I always pick Jack because of her shockwave ability. It definitely knocks the collectors on their ass. It's really good to use. She is useful. Again, you can pick your own little squad if you want to, but I do recommend doing it this way, and you will survive. Now, worst case scenario, I think there's something part of the game where no matter what you pick, everyone just dies. I do recommend, like I said, saving often at certain parts of the level, just creating new saves, so that way if worst comes to worst, hey, let's go back, pick someone else, try again. It's a whole lot better than have to restart the whole mission. If you're playing on a lower difficulty, it probably won't matter too much just to restart back over. But on Sanity, it can be a little tedious, you know. Alrighty, that is the 11 tips and things you should know about Mass Effect 2. Now, for a bonus tip for incorporating into Mass Effect 3. Alright, as you see here, for incorporating Mass Effect 3, it is best to have everyone alive. If they're not loyal but they're alive, then you are still doing fine. It's okay. But they do need to be alive. So that right there allows all your characters to reappear in Mass Effect 3 as you carry over. Oops. And resources. You need about 250k and 300k of your Palladium, Iridium, and Platinum to carry over into your war assets into Mass Effect 3. As you can see, I have a substantial amount, way over what I actually need. But you need about that much when you finish the game to carry over, so that way it increases your chances, of everything in Mass Effect 3. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but again, it is very well recommended. Also, try and hit max level if you can. Hitting max level automatically allows you to get level 30 out of 60 in Mass Effect 3. So that's a good little boost of your levels, and you already have abilities you can use. I mean, it's really great. You're halfway there. It also, again, it gives you a little charisma bonus for your Paragon and Renegade if you import your character from 2 to 3 as well. Your charisma is a little bit different in 3, but you still need the points to up your bars. So that little carryover is really good. Now, let's come over here to the abilities. Alright, as you see on me, I have soldier abilities. They get the Adrenaline Rush, Concussive Shot, Disruptor, Inferno Ammo. Now, and Commando status, which is your mastery skill, whatever it used to be called before that, whatever. These abilities will carry over to my soldier in Mass Effect 3, or if you played as an attempt, a sentinel, a vanguard, whatever else. Whatever ability is the same as in 2 as in 3, 4 slots will carry over. So that means when you go to 3, you'll have level 4 of Adrenaline Rush if you're a soldier already at that level. It goes up to 6, but you'll have at least level 4. And any points left over, you'll get to spend freely in Mass Effect 3 for abilities that don't have the same. Like for instance, I don't have any cryo, so nothing will transfer over to cryo. Fortification is a specialty ability that you get in this game. That 1 point will not carry over into Mass Effect 3. So it will automatically go into my points pool where I can distribute how I want. Now, when you start the game, if you want to use your points how you want to, with them not carrying over, come over here to your prototypes, do retrain powers. What that do is completely empties out your ability pool and puts all your points into your points pool. So that way, as soon as you import into Mass Effect 3, you can automatically distribute your points how you want. There won't be no abilities unlocked. You can do it how you want. Alright, so to prove my point from the beginning of this video that your Paragon and Renegade can be maxed out. As you can see, both of them are already at least at the 3rd segment, and this is just from choices throughout the game. And then you can have your Combat Mastery ability or powers right here. What this does, it incorporates a higher amount of Paragon and Renegade. See how much it increased already at 1 point? At 2, my Paragon's maxed out. At 3, my Renegade's maxed out. And I still have one more segment to go. So you can definitely get both of them maxed out in the game, and this is just to prove it. But that is all there is to it. That is my 11 and a bonus tip for starting Mass Effect 3. If you liked it, get a like. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know down below. Subscribe, as I will be putting out more of these kind of videos throughout the games. If you have any questions, let me know. And I will see y'all on the next time on my next video.